on this Tuesday, and we're giving you the first alert because we'll likely see some storms popping up later today. We've had that sunshine through most of the morning, but that's going to heat up the atmosphere, and then we'll see those storms starting to pop over the next couple of hours. We do have a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather for the whole area today. That's the green, and this is mainly going to be for damaging wind, frequent lightning, and street flood threats. Very low in tornado and hail threat today. We're mostly focusing in on the flooding and the winds that we could see with these stronger storms, giving you the first alert as we're heading into this afternoon. We're starting to see some of the storms popping up, mainly over here near Gulfport. We have some downpours. We're seeing little showers in the North Shore areas. We're starting to see some little pop-up showers in the river parishes, but we still have a lot of sunshine out there. The storms are popping up along this boundary line here that's sitting across the region. You can see this wave of storms just passed through Dallas too. Some of the waves from that are going to start to interact with these boundaries, and we'll see storms popping up as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon. We have a very unsettled upper atmosphere on water vapor. This shows us the upper levels. We had this big low that came by yesterday that kind of sparked up some storms, but not until late. Now we're seeing another little disturbance coming by up here. This is the surface disturbance you saw originate up near Texas that's coming by. And then we have this low that is actually cut off from the jet stream that's moving to the east. So there's a very big area here between high pressure that's to the south that is just disturbed weather. So that's going to increase the rain chances as we go into the afternoon. With the heating, we'll see the scattered shower activity increasing. We'll see those storms really firing up by the late afternoon, early evening, and that's when we'll have to watch for maybe 1 or 2 of these getting to that severe threshold with damaging winds. They're not going to be moving very quickly too, because there's not a cold front or anything that's driving them in a certain direction. They're actually just becoming storms from other storms. That's called an outflow boundary. It cools the air with the rain, and it creates wind that can pop up other storms. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. We'll have slow motion with any storms that pop up, and then we could see some lingering coastal shower and storm activity into the early evening before it clears out. Tomorrow morning, once again, similar to this morning, we start off with coastal showers and storms. Once we get daytime heating, we start to see some showers popping up, but definitely lower coverage on the modeling for tomorrow than what we see today. And then Thursday, it's really a strong southerly flow. You could see how the winds are kind of coming from the south, and any shower activity we see moves quickly to the north. No flood threat there, it's just those passing afternoon showers that we get in the summertime. The only flood threat is really today, where we see these bullseyes. We could have potentially 4 to 5 inches on the higher end, but I think most of the higher rain totals will be around 3 inches in a quick bout of rain. So that can lead to some isolated street flooding. Got to watch for that through the afternoon. 70% coverage today, around 60% tomorrow, and then we back off to that summer-like pattern where we're in that 40% range all the way through the weekend and the start of next week. So we don't have to watch for widespread storms, but you still have to check the radar because you could get caught in one of those hit or miss showers. So far this month, though, we've probably been wondering, where's the rain? Some areas got some yesterday, but at New Orleans International, we are almost 2 inches below where we should be for the month so far. So it has been fairly dry. Hopefully we can get some today and tomorrow before we dry out a little bit more into the later half of the week. Temperatures are also going to climb with that drier pattern. We'll go from upper 80s to 92 for the weekend for our highs all the way through Monday. We're still talking about the eastern Pacific. In the tropics, we have 2 swirls. This one's kind of losing the storm activity there. Then we have one to the west. Both of these tropical storms, we have Barbara and Cosme. We have a high chance of development on this wave off of Central America. But for us, no development expected over the next 7 days, because when there's a lot happening in the eastern Pacific, we're not going to have much over here. Looking at the lakefront, you can see this line of clouds. They're kind of starting to tower. That's what we look for the showers and storms out there. So they should start to get going here soon, but right now, a lot of sun. 91 degrees at